Peace. Hey, family, I hope that your day was good and you got to accomplish what you planned and that, you chilling, getting ready for tomorrow. But I picked up this book at Barnes and Nobles from Cornell West, Black Prophetic Fire. And in here he's speaking on Frederick Douglass, and he is mentioning this quote, those who profess freedom yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing of the ground. And this is very important because when we talk about agitation, it seems that we must continue to understand from a scholarly and strategic perspective, what are we agitating? Are we agitating to take down Confederate symbols that, honestly, our kids don't know who those men are on Stone Mountain. They don't understand the difference between the Confederacy and the Union. Okay, we have to go from miseducation to mass education. And scholarship and strategy is key, which is why literacy is really our first priority to transform the school to prison pipeline into the school to college pipeline. And so the question is about agitation. What do we agitate? So therefore, we must agitate for a new perspective of education, a new perspective that our first priority is the education of our children. And at the elementary level, uplifting literacy is first. Having our children read at grade level. Every child in every elementary school in Metro Atlanta should read at grade level. That's the charge, family. Listen, now is the time to build Atlanta School to College Pipeline on MLK Drive. We just celebrated his birthday, or his birthday was yesterday, and we're celebrating it on Monday. However, coming up on February 3rd, the first Sunday of Black History Month, is the Super Bowl. Now, there's a lot of poverty going on MLK Drive, and there's a lot of prosperity going on in the Mercedes-Benz complex. So now the question is, in the hometown of Dr. King, for the people that truly love his message and love his work, what are we going to do to organize ourselves, to mobilize ourselves, to develop the beloved community in Vine City and English Avenue, and along the what we call the Heritage Mile from Fountain Hall to Booker T. Washington High School? What are we going to do to develop the whole area? Because we see that corporation and government have built the $1 billion stadium, built the $27 million bridge across Northside Drive, building a multi-million-dollar YMCA facility. They have rerouted MLK Drive so that people only see the prosperity, and what has been neglected for decades or underserved for decades, people won't see, as far as for the world interaction, because all of the flow will be on Northside Drive. But this is an opportunity for us, in particular for Black Atlanta, to organize based on our history in Atlanta. Whether Atlanta University, Morris Brown College, Clark Atlanta University, the Herndon Home, or Booker T. Washington High School, the Atlanta Business League, the Atlanta Daily World, is it the Enquirer? So this video right here is petitioning and suggesting that we put our first priority on our children. And I will agitate every decision maker to put our children at the top of the priorities list when it comes down to funding. Any dollar spent, we must understand how will this affect our children, because it is very disheartening to me as a descendant of enslaved Africans in America, the condition of Black children and historically Black communities in 2019. I can understand if it was 1919. I can understand if it was 1969, but it's 2019. And when there's a billions of dollars being spent for entertainment and commerce, I must ask the question, how are black children benefiting from this? I must ask the question, is black leadership putting themselves in the proper position to be able to participate in the flow of the prosperity that's coming to the city of Atlanta? And I'm here to work with, to partner with, to be able to implement these changes or adjustments to our strategy, because we cannot continue to operate in the 21st century, 19 years into the 21st century, like we are in the 20th century. Yet we must continue to build on what the 20th century left us, in particular with Dr. King and the beloved community, and to combat the three evils of materialism, of militarism, and commercialism. We must combat poverty. We must combat ignorance, and we do that through establishing the school to college pipeline on MLK Drive. You have Booker T. Washington High School. You have F.L. Stanton Elementary. You have Morris Brown College, Clark Atlanta, partnering with APS. We create that pipeline through music and education. Get the child an instrument in elementary school, high school, they ready for college audition, they get a scholarship to college, come back into the community to help rebuild the community. Just a few ideas. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I got to get ready for the next day. You got to get ready for yours. I love you. Peace, power, prosperity. Salute from the general. Rise up. Remember Dr. King. Peace, love, integrity, perseverance, loyalty, vision, intelligence. Gone.